Hello world. Today I'm going to explain how to carefully wrap a camera lens so that you can ship it. This is the method that I would request eBay sellers wrap vintage lenses when they would ship them to me. Just because I've had some very interesting packaging, not necessarily just for lenses, but sometimes people don't know how to ship things, and so I started doing that and I realized it was a really good method, and I figured it would be fun to share. One thing that I've learned over the years, and my instrument repair teacher, Ann McMillan, told me this too, is that crumpled up paper absorbs the shock of something being like dropped better than bubble wrap. That's how they ship instruments and stuff. So it is a little bit more cushioning. That's the word I was looking for. The only problem with paper is that it can get wet, so especially when shipping vintage items that are no longer made or that are very, very delicate, it's good to have like a combination of different things. And especially for lenses, I like to have at least 2 inches around every side of it. So I've got this, it's a pretty big box, but for the value of the item, you really want to make sure that it's protected. All I've done so far is, I don't know if you can see that, I've taped along here, and then I put a strip along both sides. The brand of tape that I prefer to use is the post office brand. I've never had any issues with it. It also like doesn't like tear in half whenever you like pull it apart. Some brands do that. All I'm going to do now is crunch up this paper to form like the base padding real quick. Now to prepare the lens for the middle, I like to seal it in a Ziploc baggie, just in case like the postman puts it on the porch and it starts raining. The lens is protected for those few hours, like until you're able to bring it inside. And within the Ziploc, I wrap the lens in several paper towels just to absorb any excess moisture that could potentially get in there. Put one going both directions. Make sure to get as much air out as possible. And then I have several different like bubble wrap pieces. Going to then put this baggie in the bubble wrap. So that goes in the very center. I'll show you this first. All safely packaged up. Goes in the center. One thing I've also seen people do is use like an old sock. I mean, obviously a clean sock, but put a sock around the lens and then put it in a Ziploc and then wrap it in bubble wrap. Just something that will absorb potential moisture that may or may not get in if there's like a crazy weather change. I'm gonna take these extra bubble wrap pieces and just kind of like tuck them around. And then I have some more paper. I'm just gonna scrunch it up and surround the lens with that. I'm not gonna video that whole thing, that would be kind of boring. One other thing, since this box is cardboard, if you can see the label there, after I put the person's name that it's going to, I put a piece of tape over that so that the name doesn't blur, especially for things that need insurance or that are a little bit more like delicate, anything like that. I just don't want to leave any room for error. One thing I also like to do is, well, okay, it's backwards in the camera, but write fragile and then put arrows where the top is, and then cover up the address here. You can put the word top on the top. That just helps the postal carrier know like this item doesn't need to, or it shouldn't be turned over, or stacked or, you know, that kind of thing. And then the reason that it's important to squeeze the air out of the Ziploc bag is so there's less room for condensation to sneak in there if it were to be left out in the rain. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Y'all have a wonderful day.